What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, just to let you guys know very quickly, I know Halo Infinite is having a brand new seasonal update coming out today, but sadly, I'm not going to be able to live stream it and give my first impressions right off the bat on the live stream, of course, because it comes out at 2 p.m. Eastern time for me, which is exactly when my stream goes live. And since my real life time schedule has been, really tight at the moment, I don't think I'm going to be able to, work this around anything. So instead, we will be live streaming the new Halo Infinite update starting tomorrow. But just to let you guys know, don't worry about it. We will have a video on the YouTube channel tomorrow before the stream goes live. I will try it out later in the day. I just won't be able to play it on stream right away. But ladies and gentlemen, today I 110% had to go ahead and make this commentary. I was going to try to take a little break of talking about Battlefield and start discussing different games, but I'm so sorry. I am just absolutely furious right now with the direction DICE is trying to take with Battlefield 2042. It just makes no sense, and the incompetence of these developers is just mind-boggling. Now, as we all know, if you watch my channel consistently, a couple of days ago, I finally made a positive video talking about Battlefield 2042, and there's only one thing that brings me any joy in this game, and that was Flashback Conquest. I literally made a whole video just talking about that game mode because of how good it truly was. It made me completely shut out the connection problems, the server problems, the hit detection, and it even made me forget about the specialists. Yes, the worst part about this whole game, the specialists, I was even able to zone them out just by playing one single game mode, Flashback Conquest. Now, for some stupid reason, I thought if the community spoke, about this mode enough, they wouldn't go ahead and remove it right away. They would, let it sit a little bit longer since everybody is having a good time with it. To be honest with you, Flashback Conquest was probably one of the main reasons why this game even saw an increase in numbers. Yet they still go ahead and remove it. Now, I will go ahead and say, it's not all negatives. I try my hardest to think at least of a few positives for each and every scenario. Sometimes it's impossible to do because certain things are just mind-bogglingly strange to be done. But other times, yeah, I can see positives. For instance, it keeps the game fresh. Nothing is wrong with cycling out game modes whatsoever. It makes people come back with more interesting experiences, especially with the state of Portal and the lack of creativity from certain individuals out there. Nobody's even making anything really unique in Portal. It's nice to have the developers step in and make something for us. The people who, don't want to go ahead and test out game modes. We're really hoping that, Portal would either go free to play or Battlefield 2042 would pop off and a lot of people would buy it, especially good people who, are good with designing certain things like that. But it didn't happen. It's nice that the developers are stepping in to allow us to try something creative. Because obviously, they work for DICE, they know how to do game development. It's not hard for them to cook something up like that. But that is literally the only positive I can think about for this whole situation here. There's no reason to remove game modes that are extremely popular. Like I said, I can understand them wanting to flip out game modes and try new things, but the whole purpose of doing something like this is not just to bring the community back, but to find new staples in these games. We see the same crap over and over and over again. Call of Duty, you have your team deathmatch, your domination, and your hardpoint. Battlefield, we have our conquest, some sort of game mode that revolves around breakthrough or, having 2 points that either one team attacks and the other defends. There's always a specific game mode like that every single year around. The whole purpose of testing these modes is to allow us to find new and interesting game modes that we, the community, like. So removing the game mode once we find the one we like isn't logical. And yes, I do understand, there are modes in Portal that people do these type of things. Making a mode like this isn't hard whatsoever. All you have to do is keep the same specialists on it and only put on the classic maps in rotation with 64-player Conquest. I mean, it's very simplistic, but the problem here is, one, getting these servers completely populated because it's going to rely off of people logging into Portal on the server browser, which is very unlikely, and two, people who open up these servers, you have to go based off of their connection, which means the only servers that could potentially be up are things that have 100 plus ping, which aren't really too enjoyable. When DICE goes ahead and makes their own official playlist, it's on their own official servers. There's not really too much to stress for. When you go into a, quick match, whatever you want to call it, they are cycling through the best connection you could possibly get. Sometimes you won't win, sometimes you'll get the worst connection, but that only means the game is dead partially. But when the game is pretty lively and there's lots of players, it'll try to find you the best connection you could possibly find. But without this game mode being in the game, without this game mode being official, we have to go based off of whoever out there in this world is going to open up a server and pray that it's around our local area. I'll tell you right now, yesterday on my live stream, I went ahead and tried out Battlefield 2042. I thought that the game mode wouldn't leave right away. They said it was going away on the 2nd, but I didn't think they were going to do it, right away in the afternoon. They're going to let it, drag out through the day and then end it at the end of the 2nd. But no, I logged on, excited to try out, obviously, Flashback Conquest. I love this mode. And I'm greeted with absolutely nothing. I even have a little clip here on the screen that they're advertising it. They straight up trolled me, guys. They trolled me. They are advertising it right here in front of my face, and I'll show you right now. You load it up, and it takes you to hardcore TDM. It's not in the game. They removed it. They still have it up there because they know we want to see it. But when you go ahead and click on it, it's not going to go ahead and cycle. They're probably just trying to, raise the player counts in these other new modes they made in Portal. Because, they're probably dying and nobody wants to try them out. So they're like, okay, how do we increase our player count in these new modes to show that they're popular? Oh, I know. Let's clickbait them with, past modes that were actually popular and drag them into this new mode. It's a horrible practice. It really is. It sucks. Or it just might be a simple mistake, either or. It doesn't really matter, I guess. But the biggest problem here is that it's removed. I couldn't play this game longer than an hour. I had to go ahead on my stream, hop into regular Conquest. I wanted to give it a try again. 128 players. Horrible. Horrifying. I ended the game going like 12-4. It wasn't a bad score. But that's literally from me just running around countless amounts of times trying to get from flag to flag. It takes ages. So I said, okay, I'm going to 64 players. It was a little bit better, obviously. The maps are shrunken down. Still not the experience I want. The maps absolutely suck. I had to hop off. The game is just... I shouldn't say the game. It's the map designs. They suck in 2042. This playlist really brought some life to the game, I'll be honest. It allowed us to play what 2042 is like from the foundation of the game, the gunplay, the movement, all of that stuff, but it allowed us to play it on something that's normal, maps that actually have action. I get more action on Flashback Conquest in 5 minutes than I do in a full 20, 30 plus minute match of All-Out Warfare Conquest 128 players. And it's really bad because it's not only Battlefield, it's pretty much every single studio out there does this. They introduce brand new modes that people end up loving, and then they treat them as a limited time process. Do you guys remember in Modern Warfare 2019, when people were very sick and tired of the 6v6 map designs that we had to deal with throughout that whole cycle? I mean, one of the main reasons I didn't enjoy Modern Warfare 2019 was simply because of the maps. They had a shoot house shipment playlist. Again, I didn't really care for that either because I don't like small maps. But I'll be honest, it's a nice break from the big maps to go over to shoot house or something of that sort. It's a lot more enjoyable. I'll be completely real with you. But they kept toying with that mode. They knew that the majority of the community loved that mode, but they kept removing it and bringing it back, removing it, bringing it back, removing it, bringing it back. And every time they removed it, the community would be in an uproar. And once again, it doesn't make any logical sense. You have something that people want. You have something that will bring people to grind your game. Why are you using it in that type of way? You have made something, creatively made something, even though it's not really creative. But, I mean, on Battlefield's term, to do something like this that works, to make a game mode that has the Battlefield 2042 specialists with the old school maps and it works correctly, it proves something. It proves that you have a working formula. And then for some strange reason, they remove it from the game. It hurts, man. It really does hurt my head. Another thing that it proves is that they should just add the Portal maps to All-Out Warfare. It's proof right here in front of our eyes because that's all this is, right? It's 64-player Conquest that you would play in All-Out Warfare, but the maps are the Portal maps. It's the same exact game. It proves that you can bring these maps into the All-Out Warfare rotation easily, and it would work fantastic, and it would add variety to your game. Right now, people, like I said, have to go to Portal, and not everybody wants to go to the server browser and play on a server that's 200 plus ping. Not everybody in the world wants to do that. But if all these maps were introduced to the core experience in 64 players shoot, I might even want to see what 128 players would be like on some of these modes. That would be a cool limited time mode. It wouldn't really work too well, let's be real here. It would be absolutely chaotic, but that would be a limited time mode that would be interesting to try out. But just bring the maps to 64-player Conquest and Breakthrough. People would absolutely go nuts, and it would allow us to stay on the game longer. Instead of seeing the same garbage maps in the rotation over and over and over and over again, we'll actually have some more variety, and it will help us wait until Season 1. You're out here postponing Season 1 month after month after month, expecting us to wait. That's not how it works. I'm sorry to say, that's just simply not how it works. Yes, people will return, but every single month that goes by is more hardcore fans completely abandoning the franchise. You have to add something in, just a little fluff to keep us going. You know, I guess these weekly challenges are nice and all with camos. Some of these camos are pretty decent, but we need actual content to play on. It's a difference between a skin and a new map that we can test out. But ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like. Bums, I hate it. Leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new, enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification button. Also, want to chat with us, two ways to do so. I have Twitter and Discord, both linked down in the description. And also, want to catch me live streams of video games, do over on Twitch. Link that is in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.